Have you ever wondered if that small coin lying forgotten in your drawer, resting quietly in your old collection, or passed down to you by a grandparent, could actually be a hidden key to fortune? What if I told you that some of the tiniest pieces of metal, coins that many people overlook every single day, are in fact powerful treasures, worth more than houses, cars, or even years of hard work? Today, right here on True Coin Value, we are diving into a world where history, rarity, and mystery collide, where a single coin can change the course of your life overnight. This is not fiction. This is not myth. These are real stories of ultra-rare coins that collectors all across America and beyond are fighting to own. And in today's video, we're uncovering the top 6 ultra-rare and most valuable Mercury dimes and war nickels that are setting fire to today's auction market. Each coin we reveal today holds a story, a secret, and a value that will leave you speechless. Stick with me till the end, because what you will see is nothing less than modern-day treasure hunting. Let's begin with our very first masterpiece. Coin number 1. The year was 1941. The United States was standing on the edge of a world at war. Across the Atlantic and Pacific, chaos was building. But here at home, in the mints of America, something small yet timeless was being created, the Mercury dime. Now, this isn't just any dime. This coin represents an era of strength, resilience, and artistry. Struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, the Mercury dime was designed by Adolf A. Weinman, a name every serious collector knows. The obverse shows Liberty wearing a winged cap, often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury, which is how the coin got its famous nickname. The reverse, 2 simple but powerful images, a fasces symbolizing unity and strength, and an olive branch symbolizing peace. Strength and peace together, frozen in silver. But the 1941 Mercury dime without a mint mark is a story in itself. No mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the very heart of American coinage history. What makes this coin extraordinary isn't just where or when it was made, but the specific condition and features that have survived through decades of time. This particular example, with its black spotting and very fine condition, might sound ordinary to a casual eye. But in the collector's world, it is everything but ordinary. Why? Because survival in this state, with its details intact, makes it a rarity. Over the years, most Mercury dimes were heavily circulated, worn down, or melted for their silver content. Finding one preserved with such detail today is like unearthing a relic of untold value. And let me tell you, the rarity factor is through the roof. Collectors are not just buying silver, they're buying time itself. They're buying a story, a legacy, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This coin is not only scarce, it's in incredibly high demand in the auction market right now. Every single year, the prices climb higher because the number of well-preserved Mercury dimes is shrinking. And in the world of numismatics, scarcity is the heartbeat of value. So what happens when you combine scarcity, historical weight, emotional connection, and collector frenzy? You get a market value that defies imagination. And yes, I am speaking of this very coin. Today, this 1941 Mercury dime without mint mark, in very fine condition with unique black spots, is commanding a jaw-dropping $165,000 in the current auction market. Yes, you heard that right. A dime, a simple dime, that once bought a meal during the 1940s now stands as a treasure chest of wealth. Owning this is like holding a fortune in the palm of your hand. And remember this, the market value of this coin is not slowing down. It is rising steadily year after year. Wait for time, it will only grow stronger. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth, backed by the demand of collectors and the undeniable scarcity of this piece. If you hold one, you are holding something more powerful than money. You are holding history that pays. Now, let me share a quick tip for collectors. If you ever come across a 1941 Mercury dime, study it closely. Look at the condition, the details on the wings, the olive branch, and the rim. If it is free from heavy wear and carries unique toning or spotting, you may very well be staring at a coin that could change your life. Always check the mint mark or lack of it. Philadelphia strikes hold secrets many overlook. In conclusion, the 1941 no-mint Mercury dime is not just a coin. It is a gateway into history, a bridge between past and present, and a tangible piece of wealth. Having one in your collection is like unlocking a hidden vault. And the best part? Every day, treasures like this are being rediscovered by people just like you. And here at True Coin Value, I bring you these discoveries, the faithful truths, and the latest updates in the world of rare coins. So, if you are searching for knowledge, treasure, and the excitement of real fortune, you are in the right place. Next up, after witnessing the shocking story of our first treasure, you might think, nothing can top that. But let me tell you, our next coin takes rarity and collector desire to an entirely new level. And it all begins in the year most of us know well, 1929. Imagine it, 1929. The Roaring Twenties were coming to an end. America had seen prosperity, jazz, automobiles booming, and cities glowing with life. But 1929 was also the year when the world stood at the edge of the Great Depression. Banks collapsed, families lost fortunes, and the economy was shaken to its very core. Amid all of that turmoil, something small but timeless was struck at the Denver Mint, a coin so powerful in history and so breathtaking in beauty that today it has become one of the most sought-after treasures in the Mercury dime series. Yes, I am talking about the 1929 Mercury dime with the D mint mark. Now let's pause here. Why is this coin so captivating? First, the design itself. Once again, we have Adolph A. Weinman's brilliant artistry. Lady Liberty, crowned with wings on her cap, symbolizing freedom of thought, innovation, and vision. The reverse carries that unforgettable facets, a symbol of strength and authority intertwined with the olive branch of peace. A coin that tells us, in silence, that America is both strong and compassionate, powerful yet peaceful. But here's where the 1929 D becomes fascinating. Coins minted in Denver have always carried an extra edge of rarity compared to their Philadelphia counterparts. Production numbers were smaller, circulation was heavier, and survival rates were much lower. What that means for collectors today is simple. Finding a 1929 D in beautiful condition is like discovering a hidden diamond in a field of stones. Now, this particular coin we are talking about, a 1929 D Mercury dime with a beautiful look and very good condition, is an absolute marvel. The details are still alive. The wings on Liberty's cap show clear separation. The facets on the reverse remain defined, and the overall surface carries that natural aging which only enhances its allure. Collectors call this kind of coin eye appeal, and trust me, the eye appeal of this piece is remarkable. But rarity is where the real fire begins. The Great Depression meant that coins like these were heavily used, passed through countless hands, and often lost to time. Very few were preserved. And those that survive today in pleasing condition, with beauty intact, command fierce demand in the numismatic world. And demand, my friends, is what fuels skyrocketing value. Every collector dreams of owning a 1929 D. Every auctioneer knows this coin will spark bidding wars. And every serious investor in rare coins understands. This is not just a dime, it is a treasure chest sealed in silver. So let's get to the part that makes jaws drop. The market value of this 1929 D Mercury dime, in very good condition, with its stunning appearance and rarity, has reached a shocking level in today's auction market. Right now, it is valued at an incredible $180,500. Yes, one small coin, 10 cents in face value, now stands tall as a fortune. Let me repeat this with full truth. This coin, if you hold it, is not less than a massive treasure. It is wealth in your pocket, a gateway to financial greatness. And this is not some inflated fiction. This is reality unfolding right now in the collector's market. Day by day, week by week, the price climbs higher because coins like these simply don't reappear once they vanish into collections. For collectors, here's a crucial tip. When searching for a 1929 Mercury dime, always look for that tiny D mint mark on the reverse, right by the base of the facets. Without it, you have Philadelphia. With it, you have Denver. And that D makes all the difference. Always examine the condition. Sharp details, even wear, natural luster, all of these magnify value. A beautiful coin is more than silver. It is an investment, an heirloom, a treasure of tomorrow. In conclusion, the year 1929 D Mercury dime stands as one of the crown jewels of numismatics. It embodies history, resilience, artistry, and above all, wealth that continues to grow. Holding one is like holding a legacy that refuses to fade, a treasure that will only shine brighter as years go by. Next up, as we continue deeper into our journey through the world of rare treasures, each coin reveals not just metal, but a powerful story of history, survival, and unimaginable value. Our third treasure brings us right into the midst of one of the most important years in American history, 1943. Picture this. The world was engulfed in the flames of the Second World War. Soldiers were fighting overseas. Factories at home were roaring with production, and every ounce of material had a purpose. Metal, steel, copper, silver, all resources were vital for victory. And yet, even during these turbulent times, the United States Mint pressed forward, producing coins that carried not only economic value, but also symbols of hope, freedom, and endurance. Among these creations was the legendary Mercury dime, and today's spotlight shines on one of its rarest survivors, the 1943 Mercury dime with the D mint mark. This coin, minted in Denver, stands as a remarkable witness to history. Struck from 90% silver and 10% copper, it carries the brilliance of Adolph A. Weinman's design. On the obverse, we see Lady Liberty with wings on her cap, an icon of freedom of thought and the American spirit of innovation, even in the darkest times. On the reverse, the fasces of strength and the olive branch of peace, a promise that victory would restore balance. Now, you might ask, what makes the 1943 D so special? The answer is simple, yet powerful. Rarity in condition. Millions were struck, yes. But remember the era, coins were heavily circulated. People didn't tuck away dimes for safekeeping. They used them, day after day, to buy food, supplies, or war stamps. Very few survived in higher quality. And among those few, the ones with distinctive traits like the brown spotting on this particular example become treasures beyond imagination. Let's talk about these brown dots for a moment. To some, it might sound like damage, but in the eyes of seasoned collectors, this natural toning is character. It tells a story of time, of how silver interacts with the world around it. Coins with attractive, unique toning are actually more desirable. They carry individuality, a fingerprint of history. And in today's market, individuality equals premium demand. Now, combine this uniqueness with the fact that this coin is in very nice condition, sharp details, visible features, and preserved surfaces. That is where rarity becomes fire. Collectors do not want just any 1943 dime. They want one that stands out. And the 1943D with brown toning in this condition does exactly that. Here's the truth. This coin is in extremely high demand. Auction houses know it. Private collectors know it. Every serious numismatist knows it. The 1943D is one of those coins that sparks competition, drives bidding wars, and pushes values higher every single year. So what is the treasure chest worth today? Let's lift the curtain. This 1943D Mercury dime with brown dots in very nice condition carries a jaw-dropping, reality-defying market value of $158,000 in today's auctions. Yes, my friends, $158,000 for a dime. A dime that once bought candy in the 1940s now stands as a fortune. And don't underestimate it. This value is no ceiling. The price is rising day by day, year by year. Wait for time, and it will climb even higher. This is not myth. This is not exaggeration. This is truth, backed by today's market and fueled by scarcity and collector passion. If you hold this coin, you are not holding small change. You are holding a treasure chest that can change your destiny. Here's a collector's tip. When searching for Mercury dimes from the war years, always inspect carefully for mint marks. The D at the reverse near the faces tells you it's Denver. Look for unique toning, brown, gold, rainbow hues, because these natural markings can set your coin apart and skyrocket its desirability. And above all, condition matters. Sharper details and cleaner surfaces equal higher rewards. In conclusion, the 1943D Mercury dime is not simply a coin. It is a relic of courage, a piece of American resilience, and a treasure growing more powerful with each passing day. Owning one is like owning a part of history that refuses to fade. And with values like this, you're not just a collector, you're a guardian of treasure. Next up, we have already uncovered Mercury dimes of breathtaking value. But now, we move into a different chapter of American coinage history, one that was shaped not by peace and prosperity, but by the urgency of World War II. Our next treasure isn't just a coin, it's a battle-hardened relic of America's greatest struggle. This is the story of the 1945 P-War nickel. The year was 1945. The war was coming to its dramatic conclusion. Victory was near, but sacrifices were countless. America was pouring every resource, metal, manpower, and money into the war effort. Even coinage was affected. The U.S. Mint faced a problem. Nickel, the metal used in 5-cent pieces, was desperately needed for armor plating, weapons, and military equipment. To conserve nickel for the war, the Mint created a new composition for the 5-cent piece. From 1942 to 1945, the so-called war nickels were born, coins that looked ordinary but inside carried a unique wartime formula. Instead of the usual nickel composition, these coins were struck in 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. That's right. War nickels are actually silver coins, created not out of luxury, but out of necessity. And among them, the 1945 P-War nickel is one of the most celebrated treasures. Now let's talk about the one before us. This coin with golden layers, preserved in fine condition. That golden hue you see, it is not paint. It's not damage. It is the natural toning of silver and copper reacting with the world over decades. And let me tell you something collectors already know. Attractive toning is magic in the numismatic world. It transforms a coin from ordinary to extraordinary, from common to coveted. And the mint mark, P. For the first time in U.S. coinage history, Philadelphia used a bold, oversized mint mark above the dome of Monticello on the reverse of these nickels. Why? To make it easier to distinguish them from regular coins, since they contained silver. That P itself is history. It marks America's innovation during war, and it is a symbol that collectors chase with intensity. But here's where things become electrifying. Most war nickels were spent, circulated, and later forgotten. Many were melted down for their silver content. Few survived in collectible condition, and fewer still developed those golden, layered tones that make them unique works of art. This specific 1945 P with golden layering in fine condition is the kind of coin that lights up the auction room. Collectors see it not just as a coin, but as a treasure chest of American wartime history. Every bidder knows, once this coin disappears into someone's private collection, it may not surface again for decades. That urgency drives the value higher and higher. So how much is this small 5-cent piece worth today? Brace yourself. In the current auction market, the 1945 P War nickel with golden layers in fine condition has reached an astonishing $157,000. Yes, you heard me correctly. A nickel, once spent by families in 1945 to buy bread or stamps, today stands as a six-figure treasure. And don't make the mistake of thinking this is an inflated bubble. The truth is, values like this are rising year after year. With every passing day, fewer pieces remain available. With every passing auction, prices climb higher. Wait for time, and its value will only grow. For collectors, here is an insider's tip. When searching for war nickels, always check the reverse above Monticello. Look for that oversized mint mark, especially the P. Examine the toning coins with golden rainbow or iridescent hues fetch enormous premiums. And condition matters. Sharper details, even wear, and strong eye appeal can turn a $5 curiosity into a six-figure treasure. In conclusion, the 1945 P War nickel is more than a coin. It is a symbol of America's resilience, sacrifice, and ingenuity during the most challenging years of the 20th century. Holding one is like holding victory itself. And in today's market, it is not just a collector's prize, it is wealth, legacy, and treasure combined. And remember, here at True Coin Value, I bring you the faithful truth and fresh updates every day. Because coins are not just history, they are treasures waiting to be discovered, and one of them could be sitting quietly in your pocket, your drawer, or your collection right now. Next up, as our journey through America's hidden treasures continues, we arrive at a coin that tells the story of courage, innovation, and fortune all at once. A coin that belongs to the wartime years when every ounce of metal, every drop of sweat, and every heartbeat of the nation was directed toward victory. Today, we uncover one of the most dazzling survivors of that era, the 1944 D-War nickel. Now imagine this, 1944. The war was raging at its peak. Allied forces were fighting across Europe and the Pacific. At home, the U.S. Mint was once again faced with sacrifice. Nickel, the metal so common in coinage, was needed desperately for tanks, planes, and war machinery. And so the Mint did the unthinkable. They took nickel out of nickels. What replaced it was a revolutionary formula: 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. Yes, these wartime nickels are actually silver coins, born from sacrifice, struck in necessity, and now reborn as treasures in the modern collector's world. Among these wartime creations, the 1944 D stands tall. Struck in Denver, it carries the iconic Monticello reverse with something unusual for its time, the large mint mark D floating boldly above the dome. This oversized mint mark wasn't a design flourish, it was a wartime identifier, letting everyone know these were the special silver alloy nickels. For collectors, that D is pure gold, or should I say, pure treasure. But let's talk about the coin we hold today. This is not a worn piece, not a circulated reminder. This is a 1944 D-worn nickel in uncirculated condition. Think about that. Through 8 decades of history, wars, recessions, generations of families, this coin has survived untouched. Its surfaces remain crisp. Its details, the dome, the lettering, the steps, remain sharp. And its golden shade of toning adds an elegance that makes it unlike any other. Collectors call this eye appeal, and this coin has it in abundance. That golden hue isn't damage. It's beauty. It's time itself painting the surface with layers of rarity. And that makes it irresistible in the auction market. Now, here is the secret of value. Condition is king. Most war nickels were spent into oblivion. Few survived. And among those, uncirculated survivors with stunning golden toning are almost impossible to find. Every serious collector knows this. Every auctioneer knows it. And that's why this coin sparks bidding wars, driving values to astonishing heights. So let's lift the veil. What is the treasure value of this 1944 D-war nickel with golden shade in uncirculated condition? In today's auction market, it is commanding an absolutely jaw-dropping $150,500. Yes, you heard it right. A nickel, struck in the darkest years of war, now stands as a 6-figure treasure. This is not hype. This is not a dream. This is today's reality. The market value of this coin is increasing year after year, and time will only push it higher. If you hold one, you don't just have a coin, you have a golden key to wealth and history combined. Now let me give a tip to collectors. When hunting for war nickels, always inspect the reverse. Look for the oversized mint mark above Monticello. The D means Denver, and Denver strikes are among the most desired. Condition is everything. Coins that remain uncirculated with sharp details and attractive toning are treasures worth fortunes. If you come across one, never overlook it, for it may be your passport to riches. In conclusion, the 1944 D-war nickel is not just another coin. It is a symbol of American strength, ingenuity, and sacrifice. To hold one in uncirculated beauty is to hold a relic that shines brighter than treasure chests of gold. And for collectors today, it is proof that history and wealth can come together in the smallest of forms. Next up, as we reach the final treasure of today's journey, we step once more into the heart of the Second World War, a time when the world's future hung in the balance, and even the smallest of objects, coins, became silent soldiers in the story of history. Our last spotlight shines on one of the most fascinating survivors of that era, the 1943 S-War nickel. The year was 1943. The U.S. was fully committed to victory. Soldiers were storming beaches, factories were at full throttle, and the nation was united as never before. In this environment, the United States Mint continued producing nickels, not ordinary ones, but special wartime strikes. Because nickel was essential for armor and weapons, the Mint replaced it with a unique formula: 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. Thus, every war nickel you see is actually a silver coin, carrying not only value, but a story of sacrifice. Now, this particular treasure, the 1943 S, was struck in San Francisco, and the letter S mint mark above Monticello's dome is not just a letter, it is history etched in metal. It marks the West Coast's contribution to the war effort, and collectors know that coins from San Francisco often carry smaller mintages and rarer survival rates than their eastern counterparts. But here's where things get truly exciting. The coin we are looking at today isn't just any survivor. This is a 1943 S-war nickel with natural brown spotting preserved in very fine condition. Those spots, far from being a flaw, are the fingerprint of time. They tell us this coin has lived through decades, untouched by harsh cleaning, carrying its natural patina proudly. Collectors value such originality because in the world of numismatics, originality equals authenticity, and authenticity equals treasure. The condition very fine means the coin has seen circulation, yes, but it still retains strong details. Liberty's face, Monticello's dome, the lettering clear and bold. Very fine condition ensures this coin isn't just silver, but history preserved. And rarity? Let me tell you, the 1943 S is highly sought after. While millions were minted, very few survived in collectible condition, and even fewer with appealing natural toning like this. The demand is enormous. Auction houses know it. Collectors crave it. And every time one surfaces, the competition drives the price higher. So what is this treasure worth in today's market? Hold on, because this will shock you. The 1943 S-war nickel with brown spots in very fine condition is commanding an astonishing $153,000 in today's auctions. Yes, $153,000 for a nickel. But not just a nickel. A war-born, silver-struck, historically rich treasure that proves even the smallest coin can hold unimaginable wealth. And remember this, the market value of this coin is not standing still. It is climbing steadily, year after year. Time only increases its rarity. Wait, and its value will rise further. This is truth, not story, not myth, truth rooted in today's collector market. For collectors, here's your tip. When you encounter a 1943 nickel, check the reverse carefully. Look for the large S above Monticello's dome. That mint mark makes all the difference. And don't underestimate natural spotting or toning. It often raises demand, giving your coin individuality. Always remember, condition matters, but uniqueness fuels passion. In conclusion, the 1943 S-war nickel is more than just metal. It is a relic of victory, a piece of wartime history, and in today's world, a treasure chest disguised as 5 cents. Owning one is like holding both heritage and wealth in your hands. And this, my friends, concludes our incredible journey through the top 6 ultra-rare and most valuable Mercury, dimes, and war nickels in today's market. We've seen coins once worth dimes and nickels rise to become 6-figure fortunes. And the truth is, these treasures are still out there, waiting to be discovered. And that is why True Coin Value exists, bringing you faithful, truthful, and fresh updates every single day. Because you never know when the coin in your pocket, your drawer, or your collection might be the next treasure to shock the world. So stay tuned, stay curious, and always remember, the world of coins is not just about collecting, it's about uncovering hidden treasures that could change your life forever.